Welcome to the Pattern Recognizer. Most people are running programs they never chose. Today we expose one of those patterns, see exactly how it works, and discover the precise shift that can set you free. Let's begin. Picture a kitchen table, a mug with cold coffee, a crumpled note that says, "I'll call you later," and a child's drawing tucked under a stack of bills. The person who should have apologized last week walks past the table without touching the note. The apology is not dramatic. It's a small, unpaid entry. Yet over months, the cups, the notes, the small silences stack like loose coins in a jar. Nobody notices the jar until it tips. The tipping is rarely sudden. It's silent. It's administrative. It's arithmetic. I call this pattern the shadow ledger. Name it, and you can stop its automatic accounting. Identify one unpaid charge today, and you change the next month. Simple to say, hard to do without a map. Today I give you that map. Let's look at a psychological mechanism. We avoid because avoidance reduces short-term pain. Shame turns an old word into a ghost. We misfile it under identity. I am the person who leaves things unsaid. Reward avoidance teaches the brain that silence saves energy. Cognitive dissonance then rewrites story. The ledger is hidden not because it's rare, but because your mind edits records to preserve a coherent self. You tell yourself, "It's not that bad," and the entry goes to the back of the book. Over time, these voided items encode as habit, and habit becomes a template for choices. The same funds avoided in a relationship show up as risk aversion in finance, or a refusal to claim credit at work. The crucial point, avoidance is efficient in the short run, catastrophic in the long run. Now the esoteric arithmetic. Imagine the ledger not as flat pages, but as a spiral. The logarithmic spiral you see in shells and galaxies. Each unpaid entry multiplies the field around it, increasing the angle of return. Energy that could have flowed outward becomes entrained inward. Numerologically, notice how that organizes around repeating digits, patterns of 2, 5, 8, signatures of imbalance versus the open sequences of abundance. In Rosicrucian terms, unatoned charge is like fixed mercury in an alchemical vessel. It binds with other elements, forming crusts that resist transformation. To transmute, you need the active appliance, attention plus a small symbolic restitution to change the compound at its root. That's the mechanism. It is mathematical, energetic, and practical all at once. Here's a reframe that shifts everything. Treat your life as an architecture. Most people attend to facades, the painted walls, the social rooms. But beneath the floorboards, there is a sealed room where unpaid charges gather like mold. One damp patch in that hidden room warps timber, bends doorways, and alters how sunlight falls in the whole house. If you only paint the walls, the house still sags. If you open that sealed room, air it, and remove the mold, even one corner, the structure relaxes. Suddenly the doors close easily, the light changes, small repairs cascade. The ledger is the blueprint's hidden problem, repair it, and the whole dwelling shifts. Now the practice you can use today, the ledger balance minute. It is 60 seconds, no drama, precise. Repeat daily. Step 1. Settle your posture. Sit or stand. Feet grounded. Breathe in for 4, out for 6. 2 rounds to quiet the nervous system. Step 2. Name one unpaid item aloud or in your head. Be specific. I withheld the apology from Mark about last Tuesday. If naming feels dangerous, choose the smallest instance you can admit. Step 3. Offer symbolic restitution. A sentence, a gesture, or a tiny act. It can be, I'm sorry for not saying that. I acknowledge my part. Or it can be a small, private correction. A text that reads, I owe you a conversation only if safe. The emphasis is on rebalancing your internal account, not coercing another person. Step 4. Seal it with numbers. Breathe in for 4. Exhale while counting to 8. Visualize the ledger line closing. Say quietly, balance recorded. 1 entry repaid. 1 energetic field shifted. Do this every morning or before sleep. 1 small repayment rewires momentum faster than grand gestures done once. A few cautions. This is not a transactional checklist for manipulation. The ledger balance minute is inner bookkeeping, symbolic restitution that cleans your charge. If you face deep trauma or complex relationships, pause this practice and seek professional support. Some ledgers require held, guided work. If your impulse is to use restitution to control another's response, stop. This is about you. Consistency matters. 1 shift changes everything when it is repeated. The pattern is the prison. Awareness is the key. Recap. Small unpaid moments compound like interest. Psychologically, they're hidden by avoidance and identity. Esoterically, they spiral and harden into resistant matter. The cure is precise. Notice 1 unpaid item, enact a tiny restitution, seal the transaction with breath and number. Do that daily, and you interrupt the spiral. If you want the full architecture, the maps for money, love, power, and destiny, explore my complete library at Desmarques.com. There you'll find detailed protocols for every ledger in life and a structured path to remap your field. Next episode, we'll decode the ledger that runs your relationship with money, how childhood credits become adult contracts. If you're ready to decode the full architecture of your life, start with 1 minute a day. That is the pattern. That is the mechanism. And that is your shift today. If you're ready to decode the full architecture of your life, explore my complete library at Desmarques.com.